2, 1. All right, we should be live.
Gotta love that intro. Hey, everybody, welcome to Lending a Hand.
/ the Arkansas podcast. You know what I just realized is that they caught me without my shoes on.
Oh, man, we just got through working out, so I don't think they're going to mind too much, man. We're here in LakePointe Church, over here with a good friend of mine, Shawn Cooper,
Yo.
Deane Marks. I am Keaton Linder, and we're going to chat a little health, fitness, lend a hand to a local businessman, a good friend of mine, Shawn Cooper.
Thank you.
You've been on here before, so they may recognize that beautiful voice of yours.
I hope so.
They got it. And if not, well, now you're finally getting to see us.
They were live on the internet this time, though, so.
It's a little refreshing to be in my element. I like real-time interaction, so that's awesome for me.
Yeah, Mitchie, you called in to our deal the other day, and it was really neat. Maybe somebody will call in tonight. We put the where's it at? Right here, the FaceTime. If anybody wants to FaceTime in, we'll take your call, and we will put you on the screen.
There we are. Look,
dude, and we got
right there.
Yeah. So down here
Sweet.
in the let me show. So yeah, pause that so we don't hear ourselves. So people see. We should have a really good signal. So like this ought to look like really good.
I'm excited. Like this setup that we have. If they didn't watch on the last episode, I think it was on my personal Facebook. We also put these on YouTube later. You don't. If you're watching this live, obviously communicate, engage with us. We'll answer some questions. But I guess let's just have a conversation, y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn the screen off so we don't look at ourselves. That's always the hardest thing when I've noticed doing this is like for me it's hard because it's like I want to run the tech and like make sure everything's working good. So I like stare at the screen.
Yeah.
And it's weird to like turn it off and just hope everything's working right. You know, and it's like because what can happen is like if the scene switcher stops working or something, like it'll just hang on one person for like a long time. It's like real awkward because like
We're gonna hope it hangs on Keaton.
yeah, I hope so.
Just make everybody.
You know what I mean? Because it'll catch something weird. Because it's like we don't have like a producer to like like switch like this thing's live to like switch who's talking. It's just like playing in a loop.
Yeah.
You can do that manually though right now.
I can do it, but like I
pain.
said, I've got to like focus on it. So I've thought about one way to get around it is, and we talked about it at your podcast.
Outsource it.
But so I could outsource it. So it's on the internet. I could have someone in China for like $5 an hour, control my screen and like change the cameras for me. And I could have them like Google stuff. I could be like, hey, whatever, look up. I think it'd be really cool.
That's awesome, man.
We can always look up whatever we want on here. So if we have any debates, questions,
Yeah.
hopefully we'll get into some
Yeah,
good
and we've
stuff.
got we got the internet.
So hey, let's Shawn, I know you've been on the podcast before, but you're kind of the guest here today. So let's start with you, man. Like what are you passionate about? What is this stuff out in front of us, man? We got some supplements, or what is this, man?
Yeah, so my passion is definitely going to be in the realm of health and fitness. That's kind of what I'm building my life around right now. But even more than that, it's building a community in that, right? And so what I have in front of us is some of the products that I offer. I have a small health club here at LakePointe Family Church. It's an awesome church, by the way. These guys are some of the best people I've ever gotten to meet. But what I'm trying to do and what I'm looking at, my passion, all ties into that, and that's people. So people, community, health, and fitness, if that makes sense. Does that answer the question?
Definitely. I think there's a lot of people that are going to relate to this. We all actually we're not dressed up, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but we just got through hitting the gym about an hour ago. It's a pretty good workout.
Yeah, y'all were deadlifting, and I was like, bump that. I'm going to do my air squats.
Well, my boy Keaton likes to get after it pretty good, so it's always fun. He's challenging.
He was also making fun of me for drinking coffee.
Dude, you were slamming coffee in the middle of a workout. I'm like, are you okay? Don't do any squats right now, man.
What do you think? Coffee, is that good for working out?
I'm gonna gracefully hold my tongue on this one and bow out. I think
grace
you guys
here.
should.
Well,
No
we are
graces.
in church.
I feel like you can get away with the coffee.
Well, I mean,
There's no sugar. There's no creamer.
so you had a black coffee.
yeah, man.
You
Hot.
are intense, man.
I'll work out in the dry sauna. So dry sauna with coffee for 30 minutes,
You guys
working
are
out.
Sick.
Yeah.
You're sick, Keaton. You did some hot yoga this week, didn't you?
Yeah, it was intense, man. I've never sweat more in my entire life, and I've played basketball for 7 hours at a time once, so it was crazy.
Yeah. I'm just the your average typical gym goer. I'm not, all fancy or nothing,
Well, I think you have a really interesting story that we'll get into just from your background. Like it's hard for me to relate to a lot of people in certain areas of fitness because I have always been very fit, and I thank my 98-pound dad with polio and my 102-pound mom for that. Thank you very much for me not being able to gain any weight. But you've got an interesting story, and let's just get into it. Like, kind of tell your story. You were, and we can even pull your Instagram up, show some before and after photos,
God.
man. They're already out
Dude,
there.
let's do it.
Come on, yeah, do it. Pull it up. Pull it up.
I think my phone's dead at the moment.
You can
But
pull it up right
okay,
here.
cool.
Yeah.
Underscore Shawn.
Hang on one second.
He can pull it up right here.
Yeah, we're
this
gonna-
technology's awesome.
Let me make
Okay.
sure that we're all right. So that's our live stream, dude. There's like an infinity loop right now.
Yeah.
All right, what Insta?
We
Dude,
got
I
a
don't
few
even think
people
I'm-
watching here. You can always call in.
Actually,
everybody.
I don't know what's gonna.
Did we hook your phone up for this, Dean? Or
Yeah,
if they do
I
call
could
in.
do that.
We've got your number on there, so if they end up, don't.
Is this great?
No. Well, you.
Great White Slide? What is that?
You can. It's an account I manage, but you can go into it. It's fine.
Okay.
Not now. Go over. Search at the top. Search Shawn Cooper.
SEAN?
SHAWN, the right way, sir.
There you go.
Is that it? There it is, bam.
Shawn the.
The second one.
Oh, second.
Yeah.
Sean the.
I'm gonna show you a little before and after photo. Some of these products that Shawn has. You work with Herbalife, correct?
Yes, sir, I do.
Yes, great shakes. We're actually drinking
Okay.
some right now.
Boom.
But
That might have been really loud. Sorry. All right. So. Oh, looking studly.
Actually, Keaton was
I took
there
that picture,
with me
I'd like
taking
to
that
say.
picture. Yeah, he's a very awesome
Is that a
photographer.
3 button?
Yes, sir.
Dude, it's a
it
3
is.
button. That's like a trench coat.
Hey, man, I'm classy. When
I see you
try.
showing some leg there.
Scroll down a little bit. Let's see Shawn's fat ass real quick.
Come on, man.
Excuse
Wait,
me.
click on
that was
the
the first
progress.
curse word in church.
Click
I'm
on the
so sorry.
progress right
Okay.
there. And
Whoa, I
you'll
can
see-
already tell you look like a little chubster.
Oh, you gotta go back.
100 reps in 20 minutes. Dude, 100 reps? How much weight is that?
At that point, we were down
Talking
to
to the
what,
mic.
35, I think. 35 on each side, so 35, 70 plus 45.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
Does
so
this just work? Is this just going through?
I'm not.
Whoa! When was that? This is
That-
just working.
That was about.
I'm not clicking anything.
There you go. That's the picture I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Played D-tackle in high school, right?
This is weird. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
it's just clicking itself through. That's weird.
You're from Houston, right, Shawn?
I'm
You
from
grew up
Houston.
in Houston?
Hey, do you shave your chest?
No, I do not.
Yeah. So I don't get it, man. You got all this hair up here, and then there's none right here.
Well,
Hey, this dude was at the gym today.
that guy, he was not at the gym today.
Yeah, he was.
Nah,
No,
that's Kelsey.
that's my buddy Kelsey.
Oh, okay.
So you can see like all of my terrible form in the
Hey,
beginning there.
When let's go back. For some reason, it keeps clicking through. When is
The
this?
story, that's
When
why.
is this right here?
I would say that's about 2 or 3 years ago.
How old are you now? 24.
I'm 24, so I was about 22 when I started taking care of myself and my body a little bit better, and so
I am a work in progress.
We all are every day.
Yeah, you look good there, man.
thanks, brother.
Dude, what's it like having that long hair though?
Man,
And
it is
working out.
awesome, man. I can tell you, it gets in your face. You go for a run, you get hot and sweaty.
Uh-oh.
This
Is
is
that
my
Keaton?
man Keaton right here. Yeah,
Is this Keaton recording?
dude, he's killing it as usual.
Boom, boom. And so I feel like you might need to tell us about your products.
Yeah.
When
sure
was this?
thing.
This is 6 weeks ago.
Yeah. So
What'd you start at? Hang on, I don't know how to like end this. Oh, it's because it was on progress.
Yeah,
This
possibly.
shows how much I know about Instagram. Instagram, like apparently you had like a folder or something, so
Yeah.
it like just
Yeah.
goes through all of them.
Yeah. So like if you take a look there, those are some of the
Your products.
products that I offer and some of the progress that we had to make through this whole deal. And you
White
can see
chocolate.
Big Thomas
oh
over there.
dude, super hot fire. Super hot fire. But you can see a lot of the things that we have here and what we do. That's actually me at one of our events.
This Illuminati symbol.
No, actually, that's a K3. Only a very select few people know about that. It's not Illuminati exactly.
What is K3?
I can't tell you.
Oh,
Now we're getting into some good
all
stuff.
right.
Come on, what is
We're gonna
K3?
find out what K3 is right now.
You won't
Detour.
find it. You won't find it
Detour.
online. I'm telling you that.
K3 secrets.
You won't find it online. I can promise
So
you that.
I got a question.
What's up?
With all this progress you've made, man, obviously that is amazing. First off, because I've seen you work out in the gym, and this guy's strong.
Look at that bod.
Man, all these pictures. Look who took them. This
You
guy.
know,
You
There's
took that
this-
one?
Sorry,
Keaton
everybody.
insisted.
Got him.
Podcast
Bird.
over. We're done. No, I'm kidding. I don't mind. Hey, with all this progress
right,
you've
I'm
made,
gonna get
man,
off.
what is one
I'm
of the biggest challenges you've ever overcome?
Definitely my mentality. I think that everybody can relate to this, but when you are overweight at a certain level, you know, you begin to accept and believe that whatever is okay. You know, just to tell you guys, I guess this is the part where we get into my story a little bit. When I was in high school, actually, I was 210 as a freshman. I wasn't this tall yet. I was a big boy. And my doctor told me, like, dude, you're gonna die if you keep this up.
Dang, what did you think when he said that? Were you like, nah, I'm good, man?
Oh no,
I feel
dude, my
great.
heart totally dropped into the pit of my stomach. It was one of the scariest things I've ever heard in my life. You know, I'm 16 years old. I'm a kid, and all I wanted to do was play. I'm not 16. I was 14, 15, maybe 14 or 15. All I wanted to do was play football, and my doctor said, I can't clear you because you'll die if you hit the field. He said your blood pressure is the 6th highest I've seen all year. You're 15, 14,
You
whatever.
couldn't make it in the top 5? Come on, man.
I guess I was a loser back then, but
You're a winner now. You're top 5 now.
But it really rocked my world, man. Like, it really messed me up. And so what I had to do is I had this ridiculous diet. I'm talking about I went straight Garanimal. If you look at my pictures way back when, you'll see on Facebook, like when I was thinking I was cool, I dropped from about 210 to about 170, you know. And I thought I was in pretty good shape. And so my life was terrible, though. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. At that point in time in my life, I was, you know, I couldn't eat hardly anything. I had super harsh restrictions on anything I could have. I worked out 3 or 4 hours a day, every day. I had homework. I had school. And I was also in all advanced classes. So I had no time for anything. There was no social life. It was trying to stay alive and trying to get good grades, you know. And then, like, my nephew was around. So I spent a lot of time with him, a lot of time working with him. It was just a crazy situation. Plus, my mom was a single parent. So a lot of the responsibilities of the house fell on me, you know, cleaning up, making sure dinner's cooked, keeping the house. All that stuff was really important. And the crazy thing is, though, that was the first time I'd ever tapped into, like, a harder mindset than I'd ever had, you know?
And it's all about mindset. And this is something I really want to dive into because people that are listening, they may not. And it's not even about health and fitness. It's just a mindset that you have to have every day, every hour. And it's not just health and fitness. Like, I do believe the core of it revolves around your health and fitness because this body that you have is your vehicle in life. It takes you everywhere. So if it's out of shape, if it's rusty, if it's kind of clanky, you know, then you're definitely not going to enjoy life as much. I personally believe. Y'all disagree?
Oh, no, dude. 110,000%.
No devil's advocate, Deane?
I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, you got to be healthy, right? And
Yeah.
people that are stressed, that are, you see so many people that are out there that are very stressed in life, and you look at their health, and
Yeah.
it just goes hand in hand.
I guess the devil's advocate would be, and I'm not a doctor or anything, but it's like some people have good genes, some people don't. You know,
That's
I
true.
mean, it sucks to say, but I mean, like, I bet you couldn't get fat if you tried.
yeah.
Could you?
I
I
mean,
mean, just realistically.
I could go 30 days and eat McDonald's like that guy did. And
Even still,
Yeah.
you just like, I bet it would be like a little
Yeah.
little muffin.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you
That
know,
doesn't
the,
mean I wouldn't be really unhealthy, you know. 'cause
Yeah.
I do eat very healthy. I take pride in that.
the counterpoint to that argument, though, I would definitely have to say is that, you know, big muscles or low body fat doesn't mean healthy. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. You know, you look at a lot of these guys, they'll go into the gym and they have these really big muscles. And Keaton and I, like, you know, the workouts that we've done together, man.
They're tough.
And I'm pretty sure that he can outwork like 70 to 80% of the guys in there, you know, just on sheer willpower and his fitness level as it is. So, I mean, the biggest thing about health and wellness in my mind, though, like as that's what I do for a living, is that it's not necessarily tied to a number on a scale, you know?
Yeah.
It's more about your quality of life and how long you want to live your life, you know? Some people want to live 100 years. Some people want to live 50. Like, I'm going to be honest, man. Like, I thought about it, and I thought about it long and hard. Like, I would much rather live 50 years of being able to do everything I want to do, live however I want to live, rather than get to 100 and, I don't know, be decrepit.
A lot of people think that way, and I say this probably every day. It's like, in our generation, I believe the average age that we're going to live to, right now it's like 77, 78. Women outlive men. But they say our average age when we're going to die is going to be 92 to 95.
That's insane.
And it's because modern medicine. This isn't just like the normal 92-year-old now who's in the wheelchair at the home who doesn't even remember what they had for breakfast. You know, this is like a healthy 75 right now. There's a lot of people that are out there that are 75 that are still pretty dang healthy, you know?
Yeah, I think one thing that we like to talk about is like the inevitable march of progress, you know? You can't really get around it. And I think that the one thing, though, that remains a constant that will never change is that as a human being, you have this ability to supersede your own limits. You know, like you hear these stories about these guys where like they get in these life or death situations and they're like chopping off arms or like fighting off bears. And
James Franco, right? He played the guy who chopped his arm off. I don't actually know who that was.
But you know, like you get into these situations where you see these guys and like the only thing that happened that's different between like them and some regular person on the street is circumstance. Like they just chose not to let the circumstance define them. Their mentality, they clicked over. And I think that there's this like real raw animal instinct inside of everybody that just allows us to like go superhuman, but we've become soft in our society.
Gosh, we have. Oh my, you're preaching it now, and I'm glad you are preaching because we are here in LakePointe Church. Everybody, whether you're a believer or a non-believer, that's where we are located at now. But I think our society has this fascination with comfort. Everybody wants to be comfortable. Nothing wrong with being comfortable, but there is something wrong with it because comfort, while it should be something you aim for, should be something you really work towards and not something you just have every day. Because growth, just like when you're in the gym, when you're lifting weights, you're doing curls, you're doing bicep push-ups, you're running a mile, you're uncomfortable. And that's when the growth happens. That's when you lose the weight. That's when you become healthier. And I'm obsessed with being uncomfortable. I'll put myself in uncomfortable situations, not like dangerous, like go out, walk down the back alley
Why
with
not?
3 hooded guys. Well, there's certain situations you shouldn't, right? But, you know, put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, like when you network with people, when you go out and meet new people. Like you talked about doing that hot yoga. I met this guy, Jordan, and you know, I probably would have never said hi to him if I didn't think this way. And I haven't always been this way. I used to love comfortability and having that comfort, because there's something in our mind that I think it's like from our prehistoric days whenever we were running from like saber-toothed tigers and stuff. But I think the key to that is just learn to be uncomfortable. And there's probably some people that are like, you know what? I'm not going to listen to this. I'm going to be comfortable. Well, if you're going to be comfortable, you're probably going to be in the same spot. Just remember that.
Well, I mean, you know, you've got a couple ways of looking at life, but the one that interests me the most is the super high level achievers in life. They all have this one similar mindset, and it's that they say they fell in love with the process. And a lot of people think that means they fell in love with going out and shooting a basketball or throwing a football or studying charts. No, that's not what they're talking about. What they're talking about is that moment where you hone in so hard on a goal, where you hone in so hard on some purpose, you know, and they don't care what it takes for them to get there, and they fall in love with that achievement. They fall in love with becoming more. And I think that is something that we're sorely lacking in our society, because we've become so soft about stuff. Like, I can't walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, you're fat. You need to lose some weight."
No,
People don't feel comfortable telling me, "Hey, man, you're fat. You need to lose some weight." Like,
that's fat shaming.
Dude.
Fat shaming people if you say that, right?
yeah, man. Oh my gosh.
Sometimes people need to hear it. The truth hurts.
Honestly, biggest impetus for me to change was like, I got out of the shower, I looked at myself, and I was like, "Dude, you are fat."
I'm sorry, I'm not meaning to laugh, but yeah.
No, man,
Sometimes
it was bad.
the truth hurts, though.
My tits jiggled, man. It was horrible. I hated it.
Yeah.
I swayed in the wind, man. Like, I should have worn a bra. It was so bad. I hopped out of the shower. I looked at this dude, and I was like, "That's not me. That can't be me." And I wish somebody would have told me sooner, "Dude, you're fat."
Yeah.
How do you feel about this, Deane? Have you lived your life in comfortability? By the way, I think our live
sometimes.
stream went down.
I was just looking at that. Sorry,
you can go
I
live
kind
on
of
my page if you want
I kind of
to.
zoned out for a little bit because
Mhm.
I was checking, like, this thing should be like showing what's going on. Should we just stop the live stream
You
and
can.
maybe?
You can go stop live
Let's
streaming. You
stop
can go
the-
put it on mine if you want, because we'll get more. We had a lot more people watching.
Yeah, I
last
was gonna.
time.
That's what I was actually thinking when
Yeah.
we said you were gonna do it on your page. I was like, well, that kind of sucks because who's gonna watch a page? You know.
Well,
I think
have
if you're
more.
gonna build,
Yeah.
I think if you're gonna build it, it needs to be from your profile, not from a page.
Okay, it's good to.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, let's try that. We'll go live here on my page, everybody.
Something weird's going on.
You can always go and watch this on YouTube, by the way, as well. It does say we're still live, just so you know. Anyways, let's get back into this conversation.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of zoned out. I was.
Oh, dude, I understand, man.
Oh no.
We talk about this guy, David Goggins, a lot.
Oh, dude, you know how much I like David.
This guy's
David Goggins.
crazy. People will.
Ultra marathoner, man.